voice. Man, I really gotta take better care of my grill. It's getting to be that time. It's like you take care of your grill, it'll take care of you. Neglect your grill, you'll soon be sad. I'm gonna stuff everything in there. I might need to order more charcoal. Holy crap, really? Yep. Yep, definitely need to order more charcoal. Time for fire! Very weak fire. Yo, it's Miguel! I'm first here for the very first time. How's it going, buddy? We're just gonna grill dinner. Super chill. Happy Sunday. And then also tomorrow morning, so in about, I don't know, 10 hours, I'll be doing 7 miles if you're bored. Probably have to start that around like 4 in the morning. Reckless. But I hope you're doing well. Oh, and concerning our quest or goals to monetize on YouTube, because we've been creating content for 4 years pro bono at this point, we are very close. We have to hit 10 million shorts views, so views on our short form content, by December 30th. And right now we are at 9.9 million. So we just need 100,000 more views. That's like almost possible for a couple loyal fans to just like go and like brain dead scroll through our old stuff. But we're close. Very close. Grill at this hour? Well, it's 5:46 at night, but I mean, I don't know what hour it is for you, but that's the hour it is for me, so not too bad. But hope you're doing well. Today we have quite a nice spread. Let me get the food out. Yeah, welcome to our world, bud. Anything new with you? Actually, it's heavy enough. I could just keep it that way. But we're gonna have skewered onions, peppers, pineapple. Now you could like put salt or other seasonings on the veggies and stuff. I actually don't, because the steak and the salmon does it for me, and then the veggies end up being like a nice grilled side. So we're doing, there's like 2 lemons on top of the salmon with lemon pepper in the foil package, and then we have a chili adobos marinated steak. So that'll be more of like a carne asada vibe. Fight the smoke. But I'm gonna see if I could clean my corner, because I have lacked discipline. So what we're gonna try to do over here, it seems like I have a whole bunch of charcoal. I don't. This is you wanna know how old this mess is? This is like 2 years, almost 2 years of living in Japan worth of bags. Well, I guess I bought the grill 6 months in, 8 months in, because we had a car. 8 months in, so maybe this is a 1.5 years worth of bags. Okay, but it's not that great, so I'm gonna clean that up. Not really. Moving to another state soon, that's about it. That's exciting. Where are you moving from? And Miguel, I forgot if you're like, you know, working out in the real world and have a job, if you're a student, if you're living at home. So like, what's leading to the move? Like, you land a new job, you got a new significant other. How about you? How's life? Life's going well. Not too bad, honestly. I am also currently looking for a job because I found out my role in Japan ends in June of next year. So I'm going to see if I can extend it. So I'm hunting around trying to find people that are looking for someone to work in Japan. Live and work in Japan. I'm trying to keep within Johnson & Johnson right now. That's the main goal. We'll see how successful I am with it. Well, yeah, other than that, life's pretty good. Yesterday was nice because I finally got like a good full workout in. I did a 2-day business trip to Yokohama, which is about, I don't know, an hour south of Tokyo, depending on whether you go by car or train or from what part you start. But that was really fun. I got to connect with some surgeons and some old US colleagues. Also wrapped up some grad school papers I wrote, 8 grad school papers in 4 days. You got a new job! Finished trade school 2 years ago. The move was happening for a while now. That's amazing. And significant other. Why are you asking? Interested? What do you mean, Miguel? I mean, people come onto our lives that are navigating dating, and they're like, hey, you've like held down a wife for 10 years. You got any tips? Because I met Felicia in 8th grade. Started dating in high school, broke up, dated again in college, got engaged in college, married in college. So people can chat about love. No problem with that. As long as things don't get too spicy, we're like half wholesome. Family friendly. If you need that kind of space, there's other live streams, okay? But if you want to talk about overall relationship dynamics, I'm here. I'm here for that. Look it's already feeling so much cleaner. Just pick up your crap. Be an adult, that's all this is. Be an adult and make your corner look nice, Joe. I'm also gearing up for winter break, which is nice. You've been on and off since 8th grade? Yep, sure have. She's 32, I'm 31 now, so she's robbing the cradle. But, it is insane. But yeah, we've been together over 15 years, so we crossed the half lifetime mark at 31. Isn't that cool? It's pretty sick. Now, you know, comparison's not all that helpful, so no need to compare your relationship status with mine, okay? We have some very unique circumstances that led us together and kept us together. Mainly my figure. No, I'm just kidding. It's my personality. Oh, she groomed you. A little bit. I wouldn't say groomed. More like domesticated. I'd be a radically different person without her in my life. Sweet. Very exciting. No grooming. No grooming. At least not that I know of. But you know, I was very vulnerable being, I don't know, 7 months younger than her. Same grade. I really felt like she took advantage of me. Alright. We're so close. Oh, there's my grill cover. She offered you food one day, put a collar on you. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And now I cook her steak. Isn't that wonderful? It like all came back. Put her hand out. Here, take this. Mine. Nah, I was in pursuit. I mean, I told her I loved her before like we even started dating. So she ran off with another guy. Like, definitely scared her off. I was like a sophomore in high school looking to settle down. I was like, dude, you might want to work on you for a little bit. But I don't want to be lonely. That's how things really started. A fear of isolation. But anyways, I'm staying single for a while. My last relationship ended horribly. It was extremely short-lived. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. But, you know, enjoy your singleness. Sure, there's lots of great opportunities, right? Ooh, spider web. Something's nesting. Get those babies out of here. Gross. More in here? That's why you should keep your crap off the ground. There's another one. They're like, we will rise in the summer. Like, this is the year where we take over. I'm sorry things ended so horribly, but hopefully you can enjoy your singleness. I can understand where your wife was coming from. Yeah. No, I had a lot of problems in high school. We had some codependency, had some other addictions I had to work through and heal from. So we are both like very old souls. We went through more in high school than some folks do prior to the honeymoon. Just with like, you know how like relationships go through the honeymoon period and all that? Like, we didn't have that. We got married, it was like go time. It's time to go live a life together, officially. And I think we'd been together 5-6 years before marriage. Oh, military. I went out with him one day and he had a mental breakdown. Then he asked me to move in with him and want to get married. But they've been talking before actually meeting in person because he was in the military. Oh, okay. That's Miguel, that's a lot. That is definitely a lot to navigate. Dude, I have a lot of respect for military relationships. I don't know how people can do it. I mean, I went on a 2-day business trip and that was rough to just be away from kids and family, like a full 10-month deployment. I am not built for that. I mean, I would be if the government mandated a draft and I had to physically fight. Like, yeah, I would do, I guess, what I had to do. But no, I have a lot of respect for folks in those circles. But I'm sorry it didn't work out. Still seems pretty rough. All right. Wi-Fi seems to be functioning well. Signal seems good. So I keep saying Miguel, but is your name Miguel? Am I saying it incorrectly? Or Miguel? Also, I may have been misgendering you. Apologies. Or I'm overcomplicating things. or you're gay. Those are like the 3 things I'm actually working with. Like, so Miguel is either a guy, and another guy he was talking to had a mental breakdown in the military, which is totally fine. You could be whatever you want and still be in our community. Oh yeah, I respect him, and he was insane. He literally told me he loved me on our first date, and a week later he wanted me to move to his house. That's a little quick. There's a show called Portlandia. It's very cringe at times and very good. You said it right the first time. I'm a guy. Got it. Okay, cool. Well, fantastic. Welcome, Miguel. Thanks for helping me figure all that out. I work really hard not to like misgender and assume stuff, and I was just like, wait, is it like a Latina name and I'm just not reading it right? I'm ignorant. So it's just, I always assume ignorance first. Okay, so coals are hot. Let's use this fire. Ow, that's hot. Can I do this quickly enough? Ow! Burn the hands. Ow. I let that one go a little too long. Ow. Ow. Freaking hot. I mean, it's a grill. I probably need an UV glove. Ow, but dude, if you go for the military, Godspeed, man. I don't know how to date in that space. I don't know how to date. I've been with my somebody for 10, 15 years. Awesome. All right, let's figure this out. So we're gonna let the grill get up to target's 400. We'll see how hard it goes. There's a lot I'm still learning with charcoal. I'm not good at it yet, which is fine. I got time. But I normally do steak down first, and then I just kind of wrap the veggies around it, and then we'll drop the salmon on once the steak's pretty close. I normally pull the steak off first, so maybe we can at least open the bag. Yeah. And we're gonna have to scrape this. Now this is a skirt steak that is, again, marinated in like Chili's adobo, so should be nice and zesty. And the marinade's got like chili adobo, cilantro, lime juice, olive oil, coriander, cumin, all the good stuff that one could ever desire. So welcome, friends. See, there's a couple new people here. Welcome to my back porch front patio. What do you call this thing? Japan houses are a little weird, so welcome to Tokyo. It's like kind of a wrapped patio thing, which is still honestly a gift and a blessing. A lot of people don't even have space for a grill. Oh snap, are there shrimp in there? Oh, I didn't know I did shrimp. Oh, I just got happy. Just got happy I could dance on that. But I didn't skewer them. Oh man. That's fine, I can work them on the grill. I'll be careful. I like guys. I can be a guy. I like guys. I can be a guy. Mostly date within trades or military. But I think I'm going to open my horizons. My ex really made me realize that. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Okay, that's very helpful. So I will let you self-identify however you like to identify in that space across all the abbreviations of LGBTQ plus IA. But yeah, you're totally welcome in our community, friend. Yeah, dance for us. I'm not gonna physically dance. I don't have that bone in my body. It's 500 degrees. My movements are very controlled, very boring movements. But Miguel, you are welcome to keep us updated on your pursuit of love and or relationship there are youth in our group, so you can't get too salty, too saucy in the chat. But you know, like we have what's her name? Oh shoot, she's on TikTok all the time. I think her name's Samantha. Now it's gonna bug me. But like Samantha's moved between jobs. She's been part of our community for like 3 or 4 years, and she's like on a new date, sometimes every day. It's amazing. And like she just comes in and I'm like, how's your baskets? Because she's like, you got to have multiple baskets going at once, you know, because you just don't know. And like, I've always appreciated those conversations of like, how's it panning out? You find the one? She also is really into military type. That was like in her circle. And she didn't even realize it. But I was like, all right, so it's Navy this week, it's Marines this week. And I was like, so clearly you have a type. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I think you're looking for something in military, but then you struggle with commitment because they leave. Like, she's like, oh, it's like she has seen herself for the first time. Look at this beautiful piece of meat. That's your meat sound effects. Now skirt steak will go super quick, so I'm just gonna give it a little love on each side. About 2 minutes each side. I want to keep it medium rare if possible. And then I will check chat. Pineapple. I left the core in the pineapples this time because a lot of Japanese pineapples, the core is soft. So I was going to see if I cook it, if it works its way into the edible range, but I wasn't sure. All right. Yeah, dance for us. I shall refrain from commenting my saucy comments. Thanks, Miguel. Appreciate that. Like, I want everyone to have an opportunity to kind of be who they are in these spaces, and then I also try to moderate it just because I know like my sister's a live streamer, content creator person. She's paused live streaming. I don't know if that'll come back. Her name's Cosmic Saki. She's definitely like adults only kind of like, or she's 18 plus. Adults only has different connotations. That's not what my sister does. But like Mouth Like a Sailor, she's bartender, now full-time artist, awesome person. So she facilitates conversation differently. And if anybody's like, oh yeah, I'm in high school, instant ban because of like compliance and rules. Whereas for me, I try to like allow people to have the space for real talk and be real humans, but then also did enough, you know? I don't know. Everyone's got a different balance. That's why I say like half wholesome. And part of it is because people think I'm really wholesome. I was like, I don't know. I still watch Tarantino. Woo. So I like to turn it 30 degrees or so, backfill it, let everything get happy. And again, everyone's got a different... Miguel, were you the thighs guy? Things are starting to come together. You're like, what thighs guy? That could have been Mr. Titan. I'm still getting to know our new YouTube crowd because I've live streamed on Twitch for like 4 years. I've live streamed on YouTube for 2 months. So people are floating. There's someone I was working out and they said something about my thighs. I can't remember what it was. It definitely had implications. It's just like, I mean, I can't control what people see and think. We might need to moderate chat a little bit. I am proud of them, but they're mine. I don't necessarily avoid commitment. It's just I don't want to drop my life for somebody else's. Yeah, that makes sense. You get me? Absolutely. I would like a monogamous relationship with marriage, but not with a month. A month time frame's a little fast. I would like to see that timeline broaden out just enough. A little bit more. Now this is getting close, and we want to cook it over high heat, so good char on that sucker. Flip the pineapple, and I'm going to see if I can work it to a colder side of the grill. Well, I think people ultimately want to work their way towards that, right? Like, I think humans genuinely desire connection and community, relationship, intimacy. There's just so many barriers that block us for actually finding that. You know, there's like billions of people. What thigh guy? What thighs guy? Yours? Sorry, Miguel. I don't know. There was someone, it wasn't like a sit on my face kind of comment. It was like last week I was live streaming, and the way that I set my camera when I do my strength, like I work out, I have a lot of hip and back issues, so I do a lot of like clams and glute stuff. And I was like, yes, I have a large butt. There's nothing I can do about that. If you want a real thirst trap, like just go down the lane. You'll find one of them. But I wasn't sure if I was connecting that with you or someone else, so I'm sorry. No, you're good. But it was also like a, from a username, I thought it was also a dude. So I was like, with you trying to explain what happened, like in your preferences, I was like, oh, was it Miguel? Because some people come in and everyone comes from a different context. And there are definitely fitness content creators that, you know, bounce the pecs and stuff like that. I had a friend that did that. I'm like, great, if you've worked that hard and you want to bounce your pecs for other people, like, bounce away, my friend. Looks a little hot. I think that's a little warm. Yeah, sometimes I'll flex in front of the mirror just because I want to see, like, if I have good posture. That's the extent of my physical flaunt. I'm gonna drop the coals just a little bit. Actually, full drop. Definitely not me. That was it! Crush me with your thighs. And I was like, I mean, I guess. But would you prefer to maybe remain uncrushed? Like, nobody genuinely wants to be actually crushed. Like, you know, like, crushed with like explosion of flesh and bone. Like, nobody actually, that's the wrong definition from a pretentious engineer, but definitely not you. Fantastic. Good to know, friend. And I mean, and if it was and you're backing down from it, it's okay. We can still be friends, all right? All right. So you just push on it. That's medium rare. Done. Beautiful steak. Bring that back up. Now we gotta drop the salmon right in the middle. And then we'll do some shrimp on the Barbie. This side's very dead on the coals. But Miguel, it's nice hanging out with you, bud. Especially because I'm not running. I mean, as much as I like talking and running, there's something really cool about that. I'm not wheezing nearly as much today. Be a little embarrassing if I was. Dude, this guy was working a barbecue and just couldn't breathe. I'm really concerned about his health and well-being. Pulverize my skull into atoms. I want my bones to be dust, right? Like, oh, you might want to see somebody to talk through that a little bit. That doesn't seem healthy. It definitely wasn't me, I can assure you of that. Okay, fantastic, Miguel. I believe you. I will try really hard to decouple that moment from you. I apologize. Sometimes, like, the profile name, gamer tag, and where people live and what they do for a living and who they are, sometimes it gets twisted unless people are really around consistently. But I think I can decouple you from that. Maybe I just need to forget that moment and move beyond it. It was like they were trying to compliment me, but I felt so uncomfortable. Now that's a real harassment exists in these spaces. I don't want to diminish that. That experience was not harassment, in my opinion. It was just the acknowledgement that I've made good progress on my deadlifts, and it shows. Deadlifts and hamstring walkouts for days. so that I don't get back surgery or injured tomorrow on my 7-mile run. I don't work out for the show. I work out so that I can still go places without wheezing, being in a wheelchair, which are both things I've seen happen to friends and family. There's a lot of big people in my extended family. I'm still big. I'm 300 pounds, 6'3". But I lost in mobility. It's no joke, dude. Pulverized the skull into atoms. Oh no. That one's gonna be stuck in my head more than the thigh thing. Just the implications of that. What would it take to truly trust the skull down to a molecular level? Turns into a pretentious engineering science lesson. The content I could make if I embraced the other half of my not so wholesome. So Miguel, you got any plans for the holidays? You traveling, seeing family? I know you said you got a big move coming up. That's fun. Let me know how that works out. I mean, our big move to Japan was more than enough move for us. Oh, 1 second. Oh, you're dressed. What's up, bud? The steak's done. And they're making salmon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is tinfoil technically metal?
It is technically metal.
But like unflammable metal?
Well, if you got tinfoil hot enough, it would melt.
But I don't think. I think a volcano would melt tinfoil, not fire or grill.
The grill shouldn't melt it, but if like we had a bellows set up.
A bellows?
Bellows allows you to like pump air under a fire. You can get even a wood fire hot enough to melt some wood. Pinching. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one's done. Was it yummy? Nice.
It was really fun having Lego.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were a very kind guest. It was fun watching you interact with your friends today. And your cookie decorations looked great. I think so.
Did you see my gingerbread?
Your gingerbread was a 10 out of 10, my guy.
That's what I bought too.
Appreciate your confidence, by the way. Don't ever lose that, bud. Oh, the claw.
How far do you think stars are up?
How far, like in the sky?
Yeah.
Well, the stars are actually like giant balls of burning gas. Like, really far away. Like, you couldn't walk to one.
Telescope.
Well, if we had the right telescope, you could see. You can zoom in on them a little bit, but the light takes
I thought
years.
I saw the sharp edges of it.
Well, yeah, so the starlight takes years to come here. It's actually, I think, called a light year. Actually, I don't know how that works.
A light year?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Hey, wait, Dad. What's a year when stars always appear at night?
What, buddy?
What's a year when stars always appear at night?
What's a year when stars always appear at night? Every year?
A light year.
A light year.
Because stars are actually giant balls of raging gas and light.
They are.
So, it's a light year.
Okay, I love how joyful you are.
I really like onions.
Yeah, the onions
It's
look.
so nice.
The onions look fantastic.
I was just about to check on you.
You know, Kai, I really appreciate that. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Tell Mom about 10 minutes, all right? We'll be in about 10 minutes. Thanks, buddy. Well, I hope your travel with your in-laws goes well, Miguel. I think you said you'll be drunk enough not to remember. Is that what it was? Drunk enough not to care. Yeah, people have been there. Dude, he is super clever. This kid is bright. Yeah, and I am in decent shape. But yeah, so you've been enough lives that you've probably heard my rap, but like I have really compressed discs. They push on my spinal cord. But like where I started, I was getting epidurals every other week, like shot in the back to deal with the pain, popping pills. And it was bad, man. It was really bad. Like I would sleep on average like an hour and 40 minutes and then wake up in pain, get out of bed and limp, sleep on the couch, wake up in pain after another hour and a half. Like just really, really miserable, like the worst it had ever been. And that was right as we were preparing to move to Japan. So I did years of physical therapy to try to move beyond that. I also worked with like multiple PTs, an online fitness coach who I learned a lot about like weightlifting and strength and conditioning. So like it's really been like I have like my fitness tribe has figured out how to get me on the level, but so many of those symptoms have reverted. Like I can sleep through the night. I just wake up now because I have a really regimented routine. It's not because of pain. I mean, sometimes discomfort shows its head, but like yesterday I had a little bit of a waddle. I was like, oh, something's catching. I don't know what's up with my hip. Oh, and then this morning I just stretched, foam rolled, played time. Consistency, persistence. But I've had a lot of people be like, dude, if you just cut, you would be so aesthetic. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not why I'm here. Like, I want to find a lifestyle that I can maintain, a physical lifestyle that I can maintain. Like, I want to find that longevity where when I hit 40s and 50s and 60s, I'm not in the hip replacement zone. I'm not approaching the cane. I'm not, so big that I'm wheezing when I'm going upstairs and eating myself to death. Like, that's what I'm working towards. If the aesthetic comes in the process, cool. I think that's why I made like DadBod Fitness, and I've worked towards the half marathon program and trying to make that accessible. Hopefully I could finish that before New Year's, because I know people like to start things, like actually launch the Google class January 1 for people. And yeah, and just trying to provide people some path to health and wellness where the fixation isn't on how they look, even though the looks can come, but helping people feel the other things, like, wow, I got 30 push-ups and I started on my knees, like that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool for me. And I think that's what I found working with so many different fitness professionals. Oh my goodness, don't. Yes. Oh my gosh, we saved it. Don't know. The tiny shrimps. We got the tiniest. Salmon's just about done. So that's why I do what I do. But friend, once this shrimp and salmon move over, we're gonna call it, bud. I gotta go eat with my fam. I gotta rest up. I got a big run tomorrow, so we'll see how that all pans out. And I'm hearing some activity. I gotta pull the shrimper down. Pull them. Yep, they shriveled up a little bit too much. We overdid it. They're gonna be chewy. Charred and chewy. Felicia was like, I can't watch the kids. Can you not grill? And I was like, but the meat. She's like, can you cook it another way? And I was like, but the meat. Like, you can't cook a steak another way. You want me to put it in the toaster? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Everything's worse than what it could be if I cooked it over fire. No, she's a trooper. She's pregnant. She's 7 months pregnant. Totally reasonable request from her, but also, it's a steak. You're striving for something that benefits your physical health and making sure that you don't have complications later in life. I'm in good shape, but I don't work out. I'm just really active and eat right. That's awesome. Yeah, and this is one of my eat right meals because I could actually portion out the macros correctly. I gotta figure out some meal prep. I've done it in the past. It works well. My wife's navigating some gestational diabetes. So I think it's something I want to figure out and maybe do like once a week a meal prep stream and just crank out lunches. The thing is, I almost have to make it so that I can freeze them. You're good. I'll allow you to have dinner with your other partner tonight. Yeah, the other partner. I like you, Miguel. You're fun. By the way, I legitimately hope your new job works out well. Those transitions are really tricky. Like I have a little bit of anxiety right now because I'm navigating a big transition. I finally got a rhythm with my boss. I gotta go find a new boss and a new job, and it's like, is it gonna suck? Is it gonna be great? I like my work-life balance. Look at that, nice and clean. Oh, so Miguel, concerning your other relationship that was moving way too fast, that like, let's get married and move in together this month kind of guy. I don't know your sense of humor. There's a show called Portlandia. It's a hit or miss. I think Portlandia is like 40% funny, 60% cringe. It just depends on which skit. There's one where this dude has a girl out on like a first date. And he's like, hey, like, why don't we go to Italy? She's like, what? He's like, yeah, like let's just go to Italy. let's just give that a shot. She's like, okay, let's just go to Italy. And he like buys the tickets for them both to fly to Italy. They end up like sleeping apart. And they're so jet lagged, they just, by the time they get to the hotel and like unpack, they try to take a nap, they sleep through the day that they were supposed to do stuff, and they have to go and catch a plane. They get back, and it's just like the worst experience ever. And one of the guy's friends is talking to him, and it's like, hey, how was your trip to Italy? Like, it looks like you had so much fun, because he posted stuff on Facebook, and he's like, yeah, it really wasn't as great as it looks. He's like, people crop out the sad. Anyway, sounds like something I've done with someone. Yeah, let's just do Italy. What? Well, hey, Miguel, appreciate you, friend. I'm gonna drop off, so I'm gonna push this magic button that kills the live, but thanks for keeping me company and chatting. Here's what we made. I'm gonna go hang out with my kids. Bye. Maybe.